Hello, baseball fans, and welcome back to BBSN. This is Anthony, and we are getting ready to start part 2 of our Battle of the Ages, Aaron Judge versus Reggie Jackson. And as you can see from part 1, where they faced the pitching staffs of the Orioles, Red Sox, and White Sox. Get the stats centered there. So after the first round of the contest, both have 79 plate appearances and both have 69 at bats. With the metrics being used to determine the winner, as mentioned earlier, home runs, batting average, and on-base percentage. Right now, Aaron Judge leads in all 3 categories with 4 home runs to 3. A batting average of 261 to 188 for Reggie, who went absolutely frigid against the Sox teams. He started 7 for 21 against the Orioles and then went a combined 6 for 46 against the Red Sox and White Sox. Just tough outings. Boston has 4 left-handed starters in their rotation, and they shut Reggie down. On-base percentage, 354 for Judge to 291 for Reg. And some other notable figures. Judge, who I thought would be the leader in strikeouts, and he still may, it's obviously very early, but at this point, Reggie has a whopping 12 strikeout lead on Judge, 29 to 17. So will be interesting to see how that plays out. And tonight, I hope to get in the series against Cleveland and Detroit and Houston at a minimum, and then Kansas City if time permits, which I think it should. And before we get started on this, just a quick update. I got an email, and this has to do with my video, The Cards Got Here But Oops, where I inadvertently ordered duplicate copies of 3 all-time teams, the 22 Browns, 1919 White Sox, and the 05 Giants, or Cubs. But anyway, those 3 teams I'll be doing a giveaway on, and have a few people interested in that. So if you'd still like to get in on that, either actually leave your name or just indicate in a comment on that video, and that's the video again that's titled "The Cards Got Here But Oops," and just leave a comment indicating you're interested, and I will put you in the drawing. The cards, Strat-O-Matic anyway, emailed me, apologized, which no need to. They were always very good on customer service, but they let me know they were dropping the missing St. Louis Browns cards into the mail. So they should be here probably Friday, Saturday, Monday at the latest. Actually, probably Monday if I was a betting man. So once they get here, I'll go ahead and in one of my videos, I will do the giveaway on that, and then get the address for the winner and get those mailed off to you. So that said, let's roll. It's time for part 2 of the Judge versus Jackson Battle of the Ages. And Cleveland is first up, decent staff, and the Yankees, past and present tonight, will be facing in order Corey Kluber, Carlos Carrasco, Trevor Bauer, Mike Clevenger, and Josh Tomlin. So first up will be Aaron Judge against Kluber, and righty against righty matchup, and here we go. 2-8, and starts out with a ground ball to shortstop. 2-8 again, and we shall repeat that. So 2 ground outs for Judge, both the shortstop. And 3-8 on this one, and that's going to be a walk. So 4th plate appearance against Kluber. 6-8, finally on Kluber's card, and that's going to be a strikeout. Knew there'd be a few of those there. And final plate appearance against Corey Kluber for Aaron Judge is a 2-5, and that is going to be a split chance single unless I roll a 20 and 16. So Judge 1 for 4 with a walk against Kluber. And Reggie's turn. Reggie needs to get off to a quick start here to get back in this race, as Judge has an early lead after 3 rounds. And a good way to do it, a 1 and an 8. Reggie starts out with a walk. And his second plate appearance. 3 and a 5, and that's going to be a strikeout. Reggie's 30th already. Ugh. That's after just 81 plate appearances. 3 and a 9, and for Reggie, yet another strikeout. So definite trend here developing for Reggie in not making contact. 1 and a 9, and wow. So final plate appearance against Kluber. I'm sure Reggie will be glad to see him go. And we'll go to Corey's card, and 5 and 8. That was ground ball X. And again, for error checks, all we're concerned about is did he get to it, and I'm using a 3 range across the board, just kind of the average, I guess you could say. And 3 and a 5, he did get to that. So Kluber is done. And next up will be Carlos Carrasco. Aaron Judge is ready to go here. And this is a righty against righty matchup. So 1-5, and that's going to be a skinny triple or a single. And another single for Judge. Plate appearance number 2. 3 and an 8. Judge staying on his card, draws the walk. .210, and that's going to be a strikeout for Aaron. A lot of people in the front row will not get heat stroke with these two hitting. A lot of fanning going on. And 5 and a 3 off Carrasco's card. That's going to be a fly to left field on an X. And that is going to be a double. So final appearance against Carrasco for Judge. 2-11 and ground out. So Aaron gone, Reggie up. And 4-3 against the lefty, and ground ball to pitcher X. Gets to it. Four, 6. So Reggie, Judge has been pretty much all on the batter's cards, and Reggie is strikeout, as he has not. Third plate appearance against Carrasco, 3-9. Reggie, strikeout number 5. Wow. Reggie might break all kinds of records here. 6 and a 5. And against a lefty, that's going to be ground ball to short, X. And 6, we should get to that. Yep. And final at bat for Reggie against Carrasco. 2-6, and Reggie finally breaks through with a circuit shot. First home run of this round by either man, and that's Reggie's first hit, as Carrasco is done. Next up, Trevor Bauer, and back to Judge. First plate appearance for Judge is 4-12. And righty-righty matchup. That's going to be a ground ball to first base X. Got to it. Okay. Second plate appearance is 6 and a 10. And ground ball to shortstop X. Got to it. So 2 ground outs for Judge. Plate appearance 3 is a 1 and 7 off Aaron's card. That'll be a walk. Fourth plate appearance, 6 and a 5, and that is going to be a strikeout. That's Judge's third against the Indians. And final plate appearance for Judge against Bauer is a 1-7, and that's another walk. That's Aaron's fourth. So Reggie now up against Trevor Bauer. 3 and a 7. Reggie's got to get something going here. That's a ground out. That won't be something. 5-7, and lefty strikeout. My goodness, Reggie's striking out about half of the time right now. 1 and a 7. Strikeout. I'm beginning to see why A, Billy Martin drank so much, and B, why he was always so frustrated with Reggie. 3 and a 5. Strikeout. Number 8 already in this one. Last at bat against Bauer. 2 and an 8. Let me guess. Strikeout. That's crazy. That's 9 strikeouts now for Reggie. Trevor Bauer is done. The strikeout record for a single season may be in danger, and Aaron Judge ready to take on Mike Clevenger. Oh, righty again. 2 and a 7. Strikeout for Judge. I need to bring Bobby Bonds into this and see if he can top these two guys. 4 and a 7. And that'll be a walk. So Aaron's at least getting on base. Third plate appearance. And 2-9 strikeout. Yeah, Judge's card is just not as impressive as I thought it would be. And this is kind of showing that. Well, you know, but we knew he was going to strike out a lot. He did strike out a lot in the regular season, so guess I shouldn't be that surprised. And that is another one. 6 for Judge now. So Clevenger has Aaron's number. And 6-8. And that's going to be a strikeout. You can just have his number. He owned him, rented him to other people, and took him back at a discount. Reggie, let's see if he can do any better. 6-3 against the lefty, and well, that's going to be a potential ballpark home run. And we are in Cleveland, so Reg, lefties and righties both 1-9, and Reggie's got that. So at least Reggie has the long ball working. He now jumps into the lead in home runs in this contest, 5-4. And 5 and 8 against the lefties, strikeout. 6-8, strikeout. 1-5, and that's going to be a walk. So Reggie at least has hit the ball once. 2 and a 7, and that's going to be a double for the Reginator. So Mr. October gets a hold of a couple, sends one into the seats. And we are now to the final pitcher on the Indian staff. Josh Tomlin against Judge, and another righty-righty matchup. 6 and 4, catcher X. And the catcher chart is 6, or 9. 9 is a, okay. No errors, that's all I was looking for. 5 and a 5. And 5-5, that's going to be a ground ball to shortstop X, and that is not going to be gotten to. So that will be a single. So Judge taking advantage of the average defense here. We have playing behind the pitchers. And 3 and a 12, and that'll be a double to right field for Judge. His second double. So Aaron's starting to pick up a little bit of heat or steam here. 6-6, and it's going to be another double off the pitcher's card. 3 doubles for Judge, his last at bat against Tomlin. And 3 and a 10, and that'll be ground out. So Reggie up now. Reggie needs to get a couple of hits to keep semi-pace here, and there we go. That is going to be a ballpark home run chance. Needs a 9. Nope, fly out. Had the pitch he wanted, just got under it. 4 and a 9 against the lefty, and that'll be a fly out. 3-9, strikeout. 12 now, and I think that breaks, yeah, Reggie's previous series best, if you want to call it. That was 11 against the Bo Sox. So he has now eclipsed that record with 12. So literally, he is striking out half the time. If he does not strike out this at bat, it'll be half the time. 1 and 8, he draws a walk. So 12 of 24 plate appearances have been Ks for Reggie, and this is his last one against the Indians. And 1-9, and he's going to surpass the 50% barrier with a strikeout. 13 Ks for Reggie against the Cleveland Indians. And the majority of them came off his card. Ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Next up is the Detroit Tigers staff. And that will be in order: Michael Fulmer, Jordan Zimmerman, Matt Boyd, Daniel Norris, and Anibal Sanchez. So Judge will start us off against the Tigers. The Justin Verlander-less Tigers, but he will get the joy of facing them when Houston comes up. So righty, 6 and a 7, and that's going to be a ground ball X. Gets to it. One 7, walk. Six and a 2, and that is a potential ballpark home run. And in Detroit, right-handers, not easy to hit them out here. Needs a 9 or less, just like Cleveland. Does not get it. So fly out. 4th plate appearance. 4-4, catcher X. That will be good. And final plate appearance. 3 and a 9, struck him out. So Judge gets a walk against Fulmer. Not much else happening for Reggie's turn. Reggie steps in against the righty. 2-6, and Reggie off to a great start. First pitch goes yard, and that gives him a 6-4 advantage now in the home run portion of this, which he's going to need because he's not doing good in average or OBP. 3 and a 2, and that will be a hit by pitch. And of course, injuries not coming into play. That's the first time Reggie's got plunked. Surprisingly, as popular as he was among pitchers. 1-8, and walk. So Reg, looks like he's got a, he's coming back to life against Fulmer here. 5 and a 7. And that'll be ground out, breaks the mini streak. And final plate appearance against Fulmer is going to be what Reggie has done best thus far, swing and a miss. Down he goes, and next up, Aaron Judge will be facing Jordan Zimmerman. Zim is ready to go. Judge is ready to go. The judges' chambers are visiting Cleveland on their feet. And righty again, 3 and an 8, and starts it off with a walk. Six, 3, and ground ball to pitcher X. Got to it. Plate appearance 3. And 4-6. Pops him up to shortstop. So Reggie maybe can make a little run here. 1 and a 9, but Aaron gets untracked with his first home run of part 2 of the series. And that shaves Reggie's lead in that area to 6-5 now. Deep upper decker there. Final at bat against Zim. And 3 and a 3, and that's going to be a ground ball to first base. So Judge is done. Reggie steps up. And 3 and a 6, and that's going to be walk for Reg. So Reggie has kept his strikeouts to 1 through 1+ pitchers. Not that much to be proud of, but 5 and a 6 against the lefty, and that's going to be a strikeout. If there is a strikeout, Reggie will find it, no matter whose card it's on. Third time, Zim, 1-8. Walks him. So Reggie at least boosting his on-base percentage. And 5-12, that's going to be a ground ball to second base X. Got to it. Final plate appearance against Zim for Mr. October. 2-4, and that's going to be a ground ball to second base. So Zimmerman is done. And next up will be Matt Boyd. Aaron Judge ready to go. First plate appearance against Boyd. And Boyd, a lefty, so we'll see what Judge does against him. 2 and a 4, and strikes out the first time. Uh, 3-3 against the southpaw. That'll be ground out. Plate appearance 3. And 4-2. And that'll be a fly out to left field. No error check. Final plate appearance against Boyd, and 1 and a 10 against the southpaw is going to be a skinny triple. Let's see if the dice favor Judge, and they do. 3-bagger. So Judge hustles that into a triple. And Reggie ready to go now. First plate appearance, lefty on lefty, 2-7, and maybe that's what Reggie needed, a left-hander to get him going, though he didn't do too well against the other teams. That's going to be a double on the split chance. Plate appearance number 2. 6 and a 12, and ground ball to first base X, got to it. Third trip up, 3-7. And that's going to be a split chance single. No, just misses out on that. As a nice play by the first baseman. 1-6, Reggie gets the walk. Well, he has cut down his strikeouts thus far. And I say that he's going to get one here. I'm calling it. 6 and a 7, and nope, ground ball X, and gets to it. So Boyd is done, and that brings up Daniel Norris next. Aaron Judge ready to go, another lefty. Judge looking forward to it. 6 and a 5, and it's going to be a very, very skinny home run. Needs a 1. Look at that. Judge, the dice are smiling on him in this one. So needed a 1, got a 1, 6 and 11. And it's going to be a ground out. And 6, 7, walks him. So Judge living off the pitcher's card against Norris here and doing quite well thus far. 1 and a 5, he'll go to his, and that will be another walk. That one column is loaded with walks on Judge's card against Southpaws. Actually, one is pretty much good except for, really except for 2, 11, and most of 10. So 6 and a 9, and that's going to be a strikeout. So that's Judge's third in this go-round against the Tigers. Reggie ready to go against Norris. Another lefty-on-lefty matchup. 5 and a 12, that'll be a fly out. 1 down. 3-8, strikeout. So that's Reggie's third against the Tigers. Much better than his record in the last round against Cleveland. 4 and a 3, and it's going to be a fly ball to right field X, and got to it. 3-11, ground out. And last at bat against Norris, who has kept Reggie in check. 5-5, ground ball to shortstop, error check, got to it. So last pitcher for the Tigers will be Anibal Sanchez, and Judge is ready to go. 5 more plate appearances against the Tigers. Here we go. 5 and an 8, and righty-righty on this one. And that's going to be a ground ball to second base, and that will be a single. One thing that neither batter's gotten a lot in part 2 and tonight's at-bats has been a lot of singles. Judge got 3 against the Indians, but that's the first for either of them in this one against the Tigers. 1 and a 6, and ballpark home run. And again, 1 to 9. Judge has the dice working. They did not work for him at all in part 1. I think he had 4 or 5 ballpark home run chances, and every single one of them turned into a fly out. Not so tonight, having the much more fortunate dice, and that's a strikeout though. Plate appearance 4 against Sanchez, and 2-5. 2-5 is a split chance. That was a 9, so single. And last plate appearance here against on the ball. 5-11, and that's a fly ball to left field. And will he get to that? I don't think so. No, that will be a single. So Judge closes that out with a base hit. So against the Tigers, Judge has 7 base hits, 3 of them home runs, and 4 walks. Reggie's turn. And 2 and a 5 against the righty, and that is going to be a split chance double single, and it will be a single. Reggie's first single of this go around. Actually, yeah, he didn't get a single against Cleveland either, so his first single period tonight. 1 and a 9, and that will be a strikeout. That number has come up quite a bit. Third plate appearance against Sanchez, 2-6. And 2-6, and Reggie Yard. Deep, deep, deep gone. With a big moonshot there. Fourth plate appearance. 3 and a 6, and that will be a walk. So Reggie closing strong here against the Tigers. Last plate appearance of this series, 3 and a 6, and it's going to be yet another walk. So Detroit is done, and next up we will have the Houston Astros Do a quick recap of that round against the Tigers. Judge went 7 for 21, triple, 3 home runs, 4 walks, 4 Ks. Reggie, he went 4 for 19. I'm sorry, 4 for 18. 2 home runs, double, single. 6 bases on balls, and was hit by a pitch once, and he struck out 4 times as well. So overall, yeah, edge to Judge in that one. And not going to get any easier. This might be actually the best set of pitchers they will face, not from Boston. So they'll be facing against Houston first, and again, this is in order: Dallas Keuchel, Justin Verlander, Lance McCullers. That's a pretty solid 1, 2, 3 right there. Brad Peacock, and finally Mike Fiers. Mike Fiers, for some reason, I don't know if any of you play MLB The Show. I do like it. Can't wait for the release next week of this year's version. But Mike Fiers owns me. In every edition of that show he's been in, the show that he's been in, I've played, I cannot hit him to save my life. I have much better luck against guys like Kershaw than I do against him. But back to the contest, Judge against Keuchel, and here we go. So Keuchel, a southpaw, 3 and a 9, and strikeout. And we saw a whole bunch of this in the ALCS last year. 4-5 against a righty, strikeout. In fact, we saw way too much of this in the ALCS last year. 3-8, and come on, let's go walk. So Judge still looking to put contact to the ball. 4 and a 5, strikeout. So Keuchel has his number, and 5 and a 5, and chance for a home run here on a split. 1 to 9 gets it. You know those dice have been working, so Judge goes yard. It's a good way to close it against Dallas, except for the pain of those 3 strikeouts Keuchel recorded against him. Lefty-lefty matchup here. 3-10 for Reggie, fly outs. 1-9 and strikeout. I'm feeling Reggie might get a couple of strikeouts in this series of at-bats. 4-10, lefty-lefty, and just missed a strikeout. Got to it. 4th plate appearance. 3 and 11. That'll be ground out. So Reggie hasn't been fanned, but he's been stymied here. 6-9, and what else? Strikeout. I'm sorry, actually we're at the second strikeout against Keuchel. So Keuchel is gone. Does not get any easier, though, for these Yankees past and present in this Battle of the Ages contest, as Justin Verlander's up next for the Stros. And righty-righty matchup, strikeout. That's Judge's 4th. Let's see if he makes a run at Reggie's single series record of 13 against the Indians. 3 and a 6, strikeout. Kind of been like LeVar Ball, I'm speaking it into existence. 6-7, and no strikeout there. And that's going to be a single. So Judge touches Verlander for a single in his 3rd plate appearance. Number 4 is a 1 and a 7. It will be a walk. And final plate appearance against Verlander for Judge. A 2 and a 3, and that will be a ballpark single opportunity. And in Houston, probably not going to happen. He needs a 1. Nope. So that'll be a line out. Reggie is ready. Reggie against the righty, and 4-6 for Verlander to start, and he walks him. First time Reggie has reached base. Only 2 pitchers in though. 2-5 against the righty. That's a split double chance, and Reggie's got the double. So his first hit against the Stros pitching staff. Plate appearance 3 against Verlander. 6-4, and that'll be a catcher's X, and 2. That'll be something. 2 on the catcher's X, WG. Wild pitch ground. Okay, nothing of note there. Fourth plate appearance, 1-10, strikeout. It's Reggie's third, and last plate appearance against Verlander will be a 5-8 against a lefty. That is a strikeout. So Reggie showing he definitely could have belonged in the majors last year, which was the year of the strikeout. And against this guy, contact does not get any easier, as McCullers has a fair K-ball as well. So Judge ready to go. 1-6, righty-righty matchup, and ballpark home run. And Houston, 1-11, a little bit better than Detroit and Cleveland. And you know Judge is going to roll that. His dice have not failed him yet on a ballpark check. Second plate appearance. And 2-3, and that is going to be a ground out. I don't use the hollow triangles. Plate appearance number 3 against McCullers. 6-9, and that's going to be a double to center field. So Judge, again, I'll have to add these up, but Judge, I think, is going to be having a fairly significant lead in this contest when we finish this part 2. Fourth plate appearance is a 5-8, and he draws the walk. So finding the sweet spots on McCullers' card. And 3-12 to close it up, and he wrapped that down the line for a double, his second against the Stros. So a productive series of plate appearances for Judge against McCullers. Reggie's turn. Mr. October. 1-4, and that could be a ballpark single, but in Houston he needs a 1, and Reggie has not been getting, Reggie can't even get in the box. That's in the line out. Plate appearance number 2, and a 1-2, and that will be a walk. Reggie definitely falling behind in this, at least in this round. 5-4 against a lefty from McCullers is going to be a fly ball to center field X, and got to it. Fourth plate appearance for Reg. 2-8, and that is going to be a strikeout. 5 now for Reg against the Stros, and last plate appearance against McCullers is a 2-5. Reggie's been living on his card. He's gotten that number 3 times, I think, now, and he's just going to get a single out of that. Just his second hit against the Astros. McCullers is done, and next up we have Brad Peacock. So a little bit of a respite after the brutalness that was the first 3 hurlers in the Astros rotation. And righty-righty matchup 1-2. That's going to be a fly out to center field. 1-10, and split chance home run. You know the dice have been going his way. And of course they are. That's another split chance win for the Judge. 3 home runs against the Stros now here in the bandbox. And 6-11. And it's going to be a fly ball to right field X, and got to it. Fourth plate appearance against Peacock is going to be a 4-6. And that'll be a strikeout. Judge's 6th, and final plate appearance against Peacock will be a 5-10. And 5-10, potential ballpark home run, 1-11. Will the streak continue? It finally ends. So Judge misses his first split roll of this round. So he is done, and Reggie's turn. And 5 and an 8 against the southpaw is a skinny triple or a single. That will be a single for Reggie, his third hit. Plate appearance number 2, Peacock delivers. 6 and a 2 against the southpaw, struck him out, or the left-handed batter, sorry. Third one, 6-5, and that'll be ground ball to shortstop, which they get to. Correa down there, I believe. 1 and a 3. Fly out. And final against Peacock is a 2-6. And 2-6, and we've seen that before. Reggie deep into the night, and he ends us at bat with a flourish with a long blast into the right field bleachers. And Mike fires my MLB The Show video game nemesis to face Aaron Judge. Hoping Judge can get a little bit of redemption for me. Righty-righty matchup, 1 and a 7, and walk. That's a nice start. We'll take that. Second plate appearance. 2 and a 7, and that'll be a strikeout. Something I do a lot against him in the show. And 5-9. And split chance home run, and this will probably, well, I don't see Judge missing that roll. Nope, 4th home run of the series against the Astros. 2-7, and strikeout. That is the 8th for Judge in this round, and final at bat against Fires is a 1-8, and that's going to be a deep fly ball, his 5th. And he's catching fire there with the long ball. He entered this round with 4, and he now has 8 in this round. Did not get any against Cleveland. Heated up, got 3 against the Tigers, and now 5 against the Astros. So Reggie Jackson will close it out against the Astros here, and Mike fires. 1-5 against the righty will be a walk. And 6-11, and that's a ground ball to Fires, and he gets to it. Third plate appearance. 2-7 against the righty, and that's a solid ringing double. And Reg went opposite field with that. 2-4, and that'll be a ground ball out. Ground out to second. And final at bat against the Astros and Mike Fires is a 3-8, and that will be a strikeout. So it does not end that with a flourish. So we are through 3 of the teams, 1 to go, and that will be the Kansas City Royals. Let's do a quick recap of that round against Houston. Judge, he collected 8 hits. 5 of them were home runs, so he went 8 for 21, walked 4 times, and struck out 8. Reggie, another so-so series. He went 5 for 22, had 1 home run, 3 walks, and struck out 7 times. So our final team for the evening for part 2 of our Battle of the Ages contest, Judge versus Jackson, will be Kansas City. And their pitching staff in order will be Jason Vargas, Jason Hamill, the human rain delay on the mound. I could not watch a game that guy pitches in. He takes like timing with a sundial between pitches. Danny Duffy will be 3rd. It's my slow pitcher rant. Ian Kennedy will be 4th, and Jake Junis will be the 5th hurler for the Kansas City Royals. So we are ready to go. The final matchup of part 2 of our series, Judge against Vargas. Here's the pitch. And against the southpaw, 3 and a 3, that'll be ground out. Three and a 5, strikeout. 3 and a 9. Strikeout. So Judge not riding that momentum from the last series thus far. 1-7. He's been on his card though. Draws the walk there. And final plate appearance against Jason Vargas. And 5-11, and that is a ballpark chance home run. And in Kansas City, it's not a hitter's park. He needs a 1-3, but he's been good with his rolls tonight. Doesn't get this one. So Judge done and Reggie ready to go. Lefty-lefty matchup, 2-11, and that's going to be a split chance double. Reggie gets the double. Reggie actually stay in the 2 column on his card, and he hits lefties pretty well. Not so much in column 3 and 1, but 1 and an 8. Speaking of which, it's strikeout. Plate appearance 3 against Vargas. 5-7, strikeout. 5-5, and that will be a fly out to center field. And final plate appearance against Vargas is a 2 and a 6, and that's in his wheelhouse, and that deposits into the right field bleachers. Got all of that one. So Vargas is done, and Reggie has our first home run against the Royals. Judge now set to face the human rain delay on the mound. Mike Hargrove held that title as a batter. Jason Hamill definitely holds it as a pitcher. A right-hander, 6-11, and that's going to be a ground ball to the pitcher X, and got to it. I'm going to make him pitch fast just to spite him here. That'll be a fly ball to right field, error check, and that will not be gotten to. And that will be a single for Judge. So Aaron's first hit here against the Royals. 1 and a 7, and draws the walk there. Plate appearance 4 against Hamill is a 2-6. And that will be a split chance single. Needs a 20 for it not to be. And gets that. So final plate appearance against Hamill. And that's going to be a 2-10, and that'll be a ground ball to second base. So Reggie ready to go. Let's see if we can blaze through these and get Mr. Slow Pitcher off the hill. 5-7 against the lefty will be a single. So Reggie benefiting from the pitcher's card there. And 3 and a 10 against the right-hander will be a fly out. Plate appearance 3. And 3-8, strikeout. Reggie's third against the Royals. And 4 and 11. And that'll be a ground ball to first base, X. And does he get to that? I think he does not. Nope, that's the last one, so single for Reggie there. And final at bat for Reggie against Mr. Hamill. And 4 and a 9 ends it with a strikeout. Reggie's fourth against the Royals thus far. Danny Duffy up now. Judge ready to go. And 3 and 11, and it's against a southpaw, and it's going to be a fly out center field. 5-7, and ground ball to second base. Gets to it. 3-3, ground ball to second base. 6-9, strikeout. That's Judge's third against the Royals, and final at bat for Judge against Duffy. And 4 and a 5. And that will be a ground out. So Judge is done. Reggie up now, lefty on lefty. 1-7, strikeout. 5-7, ground ball to second base, got to it. Plate appearance 3. 3-4, and that'll be ground out. 5-11, ground ball to first base. Did not get to that. That's a single. Reggie's third single against the Royals. And final plate appearance against Duffy. Reggie's ready, and 1 and a 4, and that will be a ballpark single chance in KC. 1-12 is a single here. Does not get it. So Duffy is gone, and we are through the first 3 pitchers in the Royals rotation. Ian Kennedy now ready to face Aaron Judge. Righty-righty matchup. Here comes first pitch. And 4-8, that's going to be a split chance single, skinny split, and Judge gets that. Royals have been going very well for Judge tonight on the splits, only missed a couple. 6-7, and that's going to be a fly ball to right field. 1 down. Or 1 down, just doesn't matter. 5-7, and that will be a strikeout. Plate appearance 4 is a 4-4, and fly out to center field, and got to it. And final plate appearance for Judge against Duffy. 3 and a 9, and struck him out. So 5 each for Judge and Jackson thus far, but Judge has 5 more plate appearances, so I'm sure Reggie will catch him here. And 6-7 against the lefty is a ground out. Reggie cocks the bat. Here comes a pitch. 1-5 will be a walk. Reggie's first walk against the Royals. Third plate appearance, 5 and an 8. And another walk. So Reggie boosting the on-base percentage there, 2 and an 8. And yet, oops, not wrong column, split chance double. Almost robbed Reggie, and he gets the double. It's probably going to end up being potentially Reggie's best series in a while. And final at bat against Ian Kennedy, and I know that's not saying a lot because Reggie has been slumping since going 7 for 21 against the Orioles to start this project. 5-9 against the lefty is a strikeout. So, final pitcher for the Royals, Jake Junis, and Aaron Judge is ready to go, righty-righty. 5-7, split chance double, and Judge gets the double. That's his first extra base hit period. Took him to the 5th Kansas City pitcher to get it. Plate appearance number 2. And 2 and a 5, split chance. That'll be a single for sure. Yep. Plate appearance 3. And 3 and a 6, struck him out. 6 now for Judge. Plate appearance 4. And 3 and a 2 will be a ground out. And final plate appearance against Junis is a 5-6, and that is going to be a pop out to shortstop. So 5 plate appearances to go in part 2 of this Battle of the Ages Judge versus Jackson project. Here we go. 2 and a 3, and Reggie looking to get something going, and that is going to be a single. Second one is a 2-9, and 2-9, a potential ballpark home run here, and again, KC is not power hitter friendly. He needs a 3, does not get it. 5-2, and that'll be a fly ball to right field X, and that is going to be a double, I believe. Let's Let's make sure. Drops, and it will indeed be a double. Plate appearance 4. 3 and a 7 for Reg, and that's going to be ground ball to second base. And final plate appearance of this round is a 6-6, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field. All right, so got four teams in tonight. Let's do a quick recap of this round. This round was actually pretty competitive. Reggie finally had the edge. First time that has happened since the very first series against Baltimore. So Judge tonight, he went, or in this series, I'm sorry, went 5 for 23, not good at all. Couple of walks, double, struck out 6 times. Reggie got his groove back a little bit. He went 8 for 23. Couple of bases on balls, a long fly, and 6 strikeouts. And interestingly enough, there have been, okay, this ties for the least amount of home runs that these two have combined for in this series, with Reggie getting the only home run, so 1 combined, which was also what they got against Baltimore. But again, probably the best showing, well, definitely the best showing for Reggie since that opening series against the Orioles. So that wraps it up. I will tally the stats, and next up on the agenda, do not want to neglect my other projects, so I will get a, next up will be a payoff pitch Cub 69 Cubs replay game, and then a Strat Time Machine St. Louis Browns game, and excited for that upcoming series because the Browns go into New York to take on the Yankees for the first time. So that should be that's a 4-game series, I believe, so that should be a very fun battle, and gives us a chance to see how the 22 Browns truly do stack up against the 1977 American League team, or league, now that they are playing one of the better teams, in fact, the world champions from that year, the New York Yankees. So that's what's up next, and then we will get to round 3 of this, which I'm having a lot of fun with. It's really going to be enjoyable watching these two battle down the stretch and through 2017 and then into the 1977 staff. So that'll be it for now. It's Anthony with BBSN signing off, and until next time, keep rolling for the fences. See ya.